That felt pretty good. I'm feeling pretty fucking good behind the rifle right now.
Yeah.
Was that a dead bull?
All right, tomorrow we're headed out. And what's the plan?
I mean, I think we really only have one plan at this point.
Yeah.
And we just got to go where we saw that bull this morning.
This morning we saw a little broken up bull. He was just a little bit broken up. Tell him about it, Mikey.
Yeah, he is I mean,
he's a big bull.
There's not much to say.
Very big-bodied bull.
He is a big bull, but there is not much to him. I think he may score like
75,
yeah,
maybe?
I think he's gonna break 100.
He might have 75 inches of antler on him.
I think he's breaking 100.
He's got a good front.
He's got a front.
A good front on his left side.
Giant front. I mean, that's 20-inch front.
And then the beam goes up about, I don't know, maybe 10, 11 inches.
No, not on that side.
No, that's the other side.
On the other side, yeah.
On his right side, he's just got his beam. So basically, I don't even know how you can make a mass measurement on that, but
We're gonna like do a water displacement method or something.
Yeah, we don't care.
Yeah,
we're going for. It's getting hot.
It is really hot, but I don't know. I think that is just like a really good transition area. If they were gonna work down in the rim of that canyon, that one spot where we saw the bull today looks like. I mean, it looks like the best area.
Yeah, I agree.
That I think I've really seen on the edge of one of these canyons. So
I agree.
I wouldn't be surprised if another bull was in there, or we saw other elk. There was a lot of fresh shit over there too.
That's true.
But I think the one thing that's really fucking us, and Carter and I have been talking about it, this is all the other water is in like the unit next to us. So like where we saw a ton of elk yesterday afternoon, but where we saw everything, it's ridiculous in here. Where we saw everything is in a unit where there's like 3 trick tanks within a mile and a half. So I just don't think that there's any reason for them to leave that unit. And maybe that bull was transitioning that way and he's, over there, because that canyon that we're hunting is kind of like the boundary.
Yeah, so I don't know, we're gonna see what happens in the morning. So
okay, so I think they're on this ridge, right? They're either here.
we're glassing this one.
We're glassing this one.
They're right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright. As you can see, we had a little change in scenery. I mean, this morning was pretty awesome for not killing one.
Yeah.
We woke up, we kind of had a tough time finding anything and been kind of second guessing we second guessed what we were going to do this morning.
Yeah.
3 times before we headed out. And
yeah.
We were actually going to glass at another spot that we had been glassing and saw a couple cars come up, and we said, screw it, let's get to this spot where we saw this broken bull yesterday. And when we got there, I was in the truck, around the truck, kind of packed my stuff, taking care of some business, and I get out to the point where we're glassing, and Carter had found a couple bulls, and nothing spectacular, but definitely shooters. So
yeah, they were just past the one drainage that the broken bull that we found yesterday was on, so
yeah,
we kind of made a move and we're over here. We're within very reasonable shooting distance of them, so
yeah,
we're hoping that either
I was ranging, it's to that kind of bald face on the point, it's 350, and then to the back of the drainage, kind of up by the top, is 450. So the only tough thing is going to be getting prone to take a shot here.
Yeah.
But probably just need to bring my sticks later on.
Yep.
But we've seen way more sign in this little walk than we've seen in the last freaking 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
So this is definitely the area. And then everyone said that the snow is like critical to kind of keep them in one place. And
I mean, just based off of what we saw, you know, like with the walking up here, it just looks like perfect bedding up on top of these ridges. So I think it could be just like, I think later on, I have a feeling they worked their way up drainage. We were kind of trying to game plan. I was ranging them. They were actually only like 750 yards. And I was thinking that I was going to shoot them, and we were kind of talking back and forth about that, and then we lost them. But they definitely went up that drainage.
Yeah, absolutely.
And have to be up just right at the top of that ridge.
Yeah, bedded or whatnot. I mean, it's snowing pretty good. You can't see, but
Yeah.
I mean, you can see 300 yards, but you're not identifying very easily. It's very tough. So
I have a feeling they're just bunkered down.
yeah, so we're gonna sit tight a little bit longer, maybe see what we can't see, but then we're just gonna head back to the truck and kind of regroup and kind of get some stuff ready for tonight. And we'll be out here for sure within, I mean, a decent time. So we can hopefully get a crack at one of these bulls once they come down to feed, or kind of just get up from their beds.
And if not, definitely tomorrow morning.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll be here right off the bat in the morning. So who knows? We'll see.
It's looking good though.
Absolutely.
It's looking way better. I'm thinking we're killing a bull in this drainage.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Yeah.
To the right. Get him again. Aim left. You hit his rear. Yeah! He's down. Yes! 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 Carter, dude! Yes! Yes, dude! Yeah. You're to the right. To the right. Get him again. Aim left. You hit his rear. Yeah! He's down. Yes! 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 Carter, dude! Yes! Yes, dude! Holy shit! That's a shot!
We going?
Yep.
Well, it was a perfect hunt.
Yeah.
And the ending got a little wild. And, you know, we wanted to kind of document this thing start to finish, but
especially the recovery, but things did go as planned.
no. So
kind of we had it marked on Avenza where we were gonna, you know, drop down to find him, and
but I think we were so excited when we marked them.
oh yeah,
That I marked them. I'm terrible with Avenza, and I kind of showed it to Carter, and he's like, "Yeah, that looks good." Well, we had how long was that drive around the canyon?
It was at least an hour, I think.
Yeah, I think it was
a
too.
long ways.
So we were going to drop down and just go right across this canyon, but it was like 600 feet down,
Yep.
and then 600 feet straight back up. And I mean, it's straight up and down. So we looked on the map and said there's a 2-track road that goes to the other side of the canyon a couple hundred yards away from where the bull was dead. So that's why we left. So we marked the pin and we drove around, and when we got there, it was a nightmare.
Couldn't find him, and it was already kind of getting towards last light, so we kind of both started to like freak out.
Oh yeah, I
started kind of gritting it
panicking.
out, and I was freaking out. I was just running around, sweating like crazy.
Yeah.
And it was cold too.
No,
it was sweating.
It was crazy, and like we started. I mean, I don't know. We kind of talked about it, but I started to think, like, I was looking across, and I was trying to figure out where I shot from.
Yeah.
And we were going through footage, and we were just so excited. We didn't really mark it that well.
Yeah, and you couldn't match things up being on the side that we shot it at and across.
No, and everything looks pretty much the same in that canyon. So we didn't realize that he was kind of
tucked up further in this
Yeah.
one drainage.
Yep.
So where we marked him didn't look like where we shot him,
No.
and I started thinking, like, did I mark the wrong drainage?
Yeah.
So Carter ended up just, you tell him.
I just dropped everything and I just took off. I took the trekking poles and I just dropped down and went up.
I'm
and-
talking sprinted down this massive canyon, sprinted up the other side with light fading.
I knew,
and,
I knew we didn't have much time, so I was like, it's either now or never, or we're gonna find him in the morning. And obviously that's just not
Oh, I
ideal.
know.
A lot of coyotes in the area, and I mean, he could have been fine. It was cold enough last night, but still, it wouldn't
It would've
get our
sucked.
hands on him. Yeah.
Yeah, it would have sucked.
Yeah.
So Carter's running around, and we're still thinking that he was further down
Yeah,
the canyon
almost to the north,
further to the north than where he actually was. So he's up top looking, he's yelling back and forth with me, and we can't figure it out. And he ends up going south.
Yeah.
And
I kind of matched it up on my phone. I had the spotting scope on the bull, and then I had my DSLR on Mike, and I could kind of see like some little like shapes that were on the brush where there was no brush, like where there was like a juniper. And so I kind of just like matched those up from where I was at. And I could see like a slight, like, it looked like the belly of him. And I was like, I don't know. So I told Mike, I said, head south at the same level he was at. And he headed south, and sure enough, all I hear is him screaming.
yeah,
And I
no,
was like-
it didn't. It felt like too good to be true.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
the whole deal was like too good to be true. Just
Absolutely.
I don't think that, like, I could have, I mean, honestly, I have dreamt it up, and I couldn't have dreamt up a better place to find a bedded bull.
Oh, dude.
I mean, it was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Literally 20 yards out of the truck,
Yeah.
and
Like the bull probably could have seen the truck. Like,
oh yeah,
or he could have seen the top
he was
of the truck.
wide open,
Yeah.
sitting in the sun.
Yeah. So that was just, thank you, Lord, for that.
Oh,
It was
man.
unreal. Like,
Dude, it's
unreal.
been such an awesome hunt,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it
It's been
sucks.
tough, but like,
Yeah, no,
it's-
this is
this is
so-
the first day of the hunt.
Yeah, so
but
that was day one technically of the hunt, but we've been here for 4 days.
4 or 5 days.
And
so
that's-
scouting, and I mean, just doing everything we can.
And this
to
is
find
by
a bull.
far the best bull we've
Oh
seen.
yeah, we glassed up yesterday morning. We glassed up some decent bulls.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy. Smaller than this, a little bit broken up, and we were gonna go after those, but we kind of just said, screw it. We're just gonna go after, we're gonna look for something else. Maybe something a little bit bigger, and then kind of hope for those ones being in the same spot in the morning.
Yeah, we
tomorrow morning.
actually were set up there
Yeah.
yesterday afternoon at about 1 o'clock.
Correct.
We
Just
decided
waiting
to
on 'em.
head back, and we were kind of thinking like, I mean, I honestly, when we were driving out there yesterday, I was saying to myself, I said to Carter, I hope we didn't make a mistake here,
Yeah.
because there's a lot of people out here.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
yesterday, there
Like,
were people
Not
driving everywhere.
20 minutes after he said that, we pull up to this spot, and we were like, well, let's go look at it. And so I'm in the back seat, and I'm getting my stuff ready, my pack ready, just to bring my spotter up to the edge of this canyon. And Mikey runs up there, he's walking up there to the edge of it. I'm just like, all right, like. And then, like, next thing I know, he's
Full panic.
He's full panic, just running back to me. I'm like, what in the world?
Full panic.
And he's like, giant. I'm like, dude, let's get him. And so I grabbed the camera stuff, and we just head down there. And
Yeah, and thank God Carter was like on it with the camera gear, because I was freaking out. I mean, this is the biggest bull that this is biggest bull, one of the biggest bulls I've ever seen.
yeah,
And
bull.
yeah, I was shaking so bad. Like, I had a really hard time getting it together. And actually, when I finally got on the gun, I yanked the trigger. I mean, I'm not like an amazing shot, but I'm normally
You're a
pretty
pretty
good
good
behind
shot.
the trigger. And I don't think I've yanked a trigger like that since like the first time I shot a gun. I was like,
Hit him a little bit back.
I hit
but-
him a little back, and then got some redemption on
Yeah.
that second shot, and absolutely just anchored him.
full boom. So